Hi, friends. Hello. Hi. This is Marina Shepelsky, immigration lawyer, coming to you from New York. And we are here, as we are every Wednesday, every week, to discuss U.S. immigration news. I'm just going to give some people a chance to join. Going to give a couple of minutes for more people to become part of our live stream. Post your questions below. For people on Instagram, put your questions in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. On YouTube and Facebook, put your questions in the comments as well. I will answer your questions later in the show. And today is March 15th. I'm happy to be with you guys. Happy to be able to answer your questions live here and to spread the word of immigration law, understanding, and explaining it to you guys. Working from home today. I actually live in New Jersey, but my office is in New York, so I go in a few times a week and work from the office a few times a week. Like today, I work from home, and when I'm home, I usually do my videos, I do my research, I write my articles, I prepare for my presentations. I'm going to be a speaker at the American Immigration Lawyers Association in the summer, the national conference from all over the United States and all over the world. People who have an interest in American immigration law, who are members of this organization, will come, and I will be on the teaching faculty. I will be one of the teachers, the speakers, on the last day of the conference, and my presentation will be about the use of social media in immigration law. So I welcome all of you. Say hello. Say hi to the Dream. Top of the morning to you. Hi to Aziz. I will answer your questions at the end. Hello, people on Instagram. All right, let me get into the news. And just to let you know how I prepare for my show, guys, I actually read the immigration news, whatever information I find. I actually read all the stuff that USCIS and DHS, Department of Homeland Security, releases. I read all the attorney articles, what my colleagues are saying, and then I explain to you the most interesting and the things that the issues that make the most sense to my audience, what you guys are interested in. So today, USCIS issued a new policy about how they look at the company employer or job sponsor's ability to pay proposed salary, proposed wages for any time the sponsor files an immigrant green card petition for workers. And they say that there's a few categories of these green card work petitions, and that each of them requires a job offer, and they look at whether the sponsor company is able to pay the salary that they're offering to pay to the employee based on their taxes, tax returns, audited financial statements, and so on. If the employer has 100 or more workers, they will instead accept a financial officer statement explaining what the employer's ability to pay the wage is. But they have now updated it and broke it down in more detail, and they will explain to their own officers, their own agents who review these submissions, how to judge them. So that just came out today. This is of interest to people who are filing to come to the United States through work. You're immigrating through a work petition. All right, so now they announced also a couple of days ago a change in the method for calculated adoption case processing times. This is for people who adopt children from other countries, and basically this is split into two kinds of cases. Adoption cases can be of two kinds. If you adopt from a country that signed a Hague Convention about adoption, and if you didn't, in other words, you're from another country that did not sign that Hague Convention. So they said the processing times are going to be a little different now. Somalia was redesignated for TPS, temporary protected status. Also, they came out this week and said that the international entrepreneur or businessman rule changed, and this rule provided a framework for Department of Homeland Security to use its parole authority to give authorized aid on a case-by-case basis for people for like E2 or E1 visas for startups, for new companies. So then they changed it a little bit now. So that's USCIS rules. And yesterday I was reading about the new rule for students from countries with emergent situations, right? So now they actually added the whole list of these countries. So it's not just for any country. If you're here as a student visa holder, you have an F1 or M1, and you want to apply for an off-campus work authorization, they have a list of countries. They have explanations and list of countries. I'm going to read them to you guys. Okay. I actually went to the policy manual yesterday, and I looked at it. And there was a list of countries where students can apply if they're from those countries. I'll open this up for you. Yesterday I was able to find it very easily. Today I'm having a difficult time finding it. All right, I'll do it later. I'll find it later. But yesterday I was able to easily find the list of countries. Today I'm not able to find it. Let's try. Oh, I found it. It was actually an ICE guidance sheet, okay? And so who is covered by the SSR? So this is the student relief, and I want to see again, what are the countries for SSR? Still not able to find it. All right, I think we've taken long enough on this. I can't find it right now, but there was a list of countries, and I remember that Sudan and Ukraine were on them, Afghanistan was on them, but not every country that there's something is happening is on this list. I'm just going to go back to the news and continue. Okay, so right now everyone is still worried about this cost of green card applications skyrocketing, going up. So the agency extended the time that people can comment on this. I commented on it. I said this is really a bad idea to double the prices for filing family petitions and green card applications, and you still can too, but they haven't made a final decision, but they are talking about it. Now, if some of you have been reading the news, you know that a big commercial bank completely collapsed in the United States. It was called the Silicon Valley Bank, and it was mostly giving money and investing with IT people, information technologists, computer people, new technologies, pharmaceuticals, medical equipment, things like that. So on Friday, that last week, just 3-4 days ago, California's banking regulators closed down the Silicon Valley Bank Financial Group, marking the largest bank failure since the Great Recession. Now, they mostly lend to technology companies. So this bank's collapse is going to affect a lot of things in the tech industry, the IT and technology industry. Now, immigration, business people, and people who work in the IT and tech industry will be definitely impacted by this, as nearly 44% of tech companies were started by immigrants. And more than 70% of general technology workers are basically immigrants. So, if you guys know anybody who's in the tech industry, they're probably affected by this. So it's interesting that this bank's collapse affected immigrants more than any other social group in the United States. So, there you go. Saying hello to Christine, who's saying pleasant good morning to you, and she's watching me from Georgia. Hello. Hello. The DTPK says, PK says, what's the name of? Okay, I'll get to this. I'll get good morning from Mani Kumar. Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's see. One more thing about news, and we will move on to answering your guys' questions. Okay. So the new CBP One app is the new app that DHS came out with to have people apply at the border through a computer or phone app. It's called CBP One. Immigration attorneys and asylum seekers have been complaining, saying that this app is no good. It's very glitchy, then it knocks you out. You have to reapply again over and over again, and it's just not good. Immigration advocates are raising concerns about its data collection and impact also on the already very strained asylum system. So there's some issues with that. There's privacy concerns, accessibility issues, like people are still not able to access it. Not everyone has access to a smartphone even. Not everyone has a good internet connection. And the reliance on mobile devices, on phones, is a little bit problematic because it's a whole new thing in the immigration system. So that's in the news, and we're talking about it, and it doesn't necessarily have a solution, but people are talking about it. What else did I want to say? U.S. companies, because of how broken our immigration system is, and how these recent issues that have been happening with the banks and in the IT industry, the U.S. companies are beginning to relocate foreign talent amidst new immigration restrictions. 93% of the surveyed U.S. companies say that they expect to relocate key talent to a nearby country. So they're moving people who they're not going to be able to renew visas for to Canada, Mexico, and other nearby countries. They're not firing them, they're keeping them, but they're moving them to nearby countries. This is freaking ridiculous. That in 2023, US companies who like working with foreign workers are not able to keep these foreign workers in the US. They have to put them in Canada and other nearby countries. Insane. Biden administration has been talking about bringing back the rule about detaining families. So when they cross the border, they ask for asylum, and it's a family. They have kids. So far in the last 2 years, these families have just been processed and released into the United States. Now Biden is talking about bringing back the detention of families, keeping these families in jail, essentially, or immigration detention centers. This is from the Trump era. So everything that Trump did at first, they said, no, we're getting rid of. But now it looks like they're bringing it back. And why? Because they're trying to deal with the crisis at the US border. It's a crisis of migrants, and they're not able to deal with this. It's really hard for them to handle this crisis. All right, I think I'm going to start answering questions, and feel free to copy paste yours or to write yours in the comments. Aziz says he applied for asylum in 2016 and filed a motion to terminate his asylum case in 2022, immediately when he got his VAWA green card. His question is, can he travel to his home country with his green card? If your asylum case is terminated, if you have a green card in your hands, yes, you can travel to your home country. Question from Kevin Grant. He says, U visa, speed up the process. Is there a way to speed up the U visa that's taking 5 to 6 years? Right now, nothing is happening with speeding that up. I'm sorry. DTPK says, hi, what is the name of a doctor's documents for asylum case? I am in the US and I want to go to the doctor and get it because of my health conditions. Usually it's just your medical records from the doctor, and the doctor should be able to testify if the immigration judge wants him to about that your health conditions exist and they're related to your asylum claim. So if you have an asylum, you escaped Pakistan, for example, and you have evidence that you were beaten by the police or by other people, they beat you up because of your race, religion, your social group, and so on, the doctor should be able to say that you have related medical problems, that the medical problems, your health issues, are directly from your trauma, your persecution in Pakistan. Otherwise, they're not really relevant to the asylum case. Good morning from Kadak's Kitchen Official. Good morning. Kamush says, good morning, my favorite lawyer. Hi, thank you so much. Thank you for your abundance of help. Now, I have a comment from somebody in Russian who says that nobody called her back from our office. I'm going to ask you, Anna R, to please write to me in messages your phone number, and we will call you back. I will personally make sure that we'll call you back. Okay? Thank you. Okay, Ihsan says, hi, can you answer my question? And then, are the expiry of visa form? I don't understand what that means. I'm sorry. DTPK says, can I have free health insurance when I have a pending asylum case? And then when I apply for a family-based green card, will it be a problem adjustment through family? So if you have health insurance, it's okay to have it. You're fine to have it if you have an asylum case. But when you file through a family case, then your sponsor writes and signs an affidavit of support for you. But lately, I know regular Medicaid or subsidized insurance is okay, even for adjustment of status family cases. So don't worry about having Medicaid for now. Christine says, my nephew overstayed his visa. Can he do self-tax payment? Yeah, if he's got his own company and he's got an ITIN, or his company has an ITIN, yeah, he can do taxes for himself. It's not a problem. Suma Kiedan is asking what kind of a lawyer I am. I'm a U.S. immigration lawyer. So that is one of our concentrations. The other one, we also do divorces and family law, but only for New York and New Jersey. Immigration, we do for all of the 50 states. We practice in all of these states. So that's what we do. Anthony Sennett says, good morning. God bless all of you for your do for humanity. You are the best. Thank you, Anthony, so much. I appreciate kind words. And Ihsan is trying to ask me a question, but they keep typing not all the words for the question. Visit visa form expiry has or not. That doesn't make sense. I'm so sorry. Can you write a full sentence and your question will be answered? Let's see, what else did I want to talk to you about? Let's talk about this. Well, I don't know if you're listening to me in English, but if you're from Ukraine, the US government announced that they will extend humanitarian parole status for people who came into US between the dates of February 25 to April 25 last year, 2022, escaping the war in Ukraine. So if you're watching me and you speak English, but you're from Ukraine, you don't have to do anything. The US government will pick the people they're applying this to and extend your I-94 by 1 year without you doing a thing. Moment of Refreshing with Betty Welch says, hi, can FBI background check when police clearance of good conduct is taking a long time to schedule? Yes, you can run an FBI fingerprint check. We do in our office a fingerprint card. We roll your fingerprints and we send it to FBI, and you can use that instead of your local police clearance. That's fine. Okay, M. Manish says, my VAWA abuse case was approved on February 4. Congratulations, your VAWA was approved. I'm waiting for biometrics. How long will it take for my case in total? So I assume that you filed for a green card when your VAWA was approved. And the green card, they can reuse your biometrics if you've done them before, or they could schedule them usually from the date of filing your green card case. It takes 3 to 4 weeks to schedule you for biometrics, and then it might take another year for your green card application to be approved based on approved VAWA. Now, VAWA by itself is a status, but you also can file for a green card based on VAWA. But some people want to, they have the kind of immigration status that they cannot immediately file for a green card. Like if you have an old deportation and your VAWA is approved, you first have to do a motion to terminate, a motion to reopen your case. So sometimes there's a delay with that because you have to address whatever's going on with your immigration court and then address the green card. So it depends, after your VAWA is approved, how long it takes depends on many factors. We'll be happy to provide you a consultation. 718-769-6352 is our phone number. We're happy to help. We do paid consults only. Oh, okay. So Manish says he applied both for VAWA and a green card. In that case, it will probably take about another 9 months to a year, maybe even a year and a half to get approved for the green card. Kadak says, why does it take a whole year for an interview for asylum speaker? Like so long in years. The asylum system is very strained, very overwhelmed. They're super busy. They don't have enough officers to interview the thousands and thousands of people applying all the time. So they're very backed up, and that's why it takes so long to get interviewed. We haven't had any new interviews for an asylum interview in our office for a long time. It's really insane. It takes a long time. What else did I want to talk about today? Talked about that. Oh, let's talk about current status of U.S. visa services by country. So, Philippines, U.S. Embassy in Manila has resumed all routine visa services. Mexico, the visa services are limited and vary. They're different city by city. UK and U.S. Consulate in Ireland and Belfast have resumed routine visa services. But the appointments remain limited and there's a backlog. There's a line of people waiting for an interview. Dominican Republic, they're interviewing all categories of immigrant visas, and they have limited routine work and student visa services available. What's interesting is for a lot of non-immigrant visas where people are just looking to renew whatever they had before, many of the embassies are skipping interviews and approving cases without any interview for renewals. Of course, they're still interviewing for first-time applicants, but I have seen an uptick of situations where somebody's filing to renew their H1 or F1 or L1 visa at their home country's embassy, and they approve without an interview. If you give them all the paperwork, they can approve without an interview. Okay, let's move on to other questions. Okay, Manish says, thank you so much, madam. I always watch your videos. It's very helpful. I came in to the US with a C1, D1 visa. Is it any problem for my VAWA case? Actually not. And VAWA fixes the situation when somebody comes in, enters US with a crewman's visa, C1 or D1 visa. So it's really great because otherwise you're not considered inspected. And for everything else, you would have to leave, except for VAWA. If you get VAWA approved, you get a green card, even if you came in with a C1 or D1 visa. So, Mr. Manish, you're in great shape, and congratulations on getting your VAWA approved now. It's just a matter of time before they approve your green card. On this question, I'm going to end today's show because I don't see any more questions. Thank you, everyone who's watching me. Anna, please write to me in messages with your phone number, and we will call you back to schedule a paid consultation today. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Have an amazing week. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.